What's up, guys? Welcome to Ivy's World. Before we get started, I need you to go subscribe, leave a thumbs up, comment something positive. Okay, so this is my first video. I will be talking about how I found out I was pregnant at 17. Okay, let's get straight into the video because I hate videos that talk all day and then it be like 10 minutes about time the video start. Alright, so I don't remember the dates very well, but I am gonna start by saying I did not know that I was pregnant. I didn't have any symptoms, no nothing. I'm just regular me. Didn't assume anything. So I was talking to this guy and we were like not talking at the time, but talking, but then just one day we just stopped talking. So I'm like, why? So me being crazy, I go to Walmart with my friend and I go and buy a pregnancy test just to take a picture of it and like scare him. Yeah, that was my first time doing something dumb like that. But I'm like, I'm gonna just go get the pregnancy test, take a picture and be like, yeah, if they come back positive, you gonna be the daddy. Like I was gonna do all that ghetto stuff. So I'm taking a picture. I sent it to him. He never texted me back at all. I'm like, okay, bet. So I dropped my friend off. I'm on my way home. And the craziest voice came in my head. Like, yo, I'm not making this up. It was like, I'm going to sing you somebody who's going to love you forever. Like, that's what I heard on my way home. And I'm like, okay, that's strange. So I'm not thinking nothing of the pregnancy test no more. I was gonna return it because I'm like, all I needed was for just a picture. But when I get home, I call my friend Michaela and we talking and I told her about me purchasing the pregnancy test and us just having a friendship that we do. We like, okay, well, let's see what it's gonna say. We never took one before, but we like, let's see, you know, what it's gonna say. I know you're not pregnant. Like, all right. So I told her I was gonna call her back. I go to the bathroom. I'm reading the back of the box because this is my first time taking one. I'm like, all right, well, let's go. I pee on it. And then I closed it. It took a little minute for it to start turning, so I'm like, all right, let me wash my hands, do what I gotta do. But let me tell you, right after I washed my hands, I saw a plus sign pop up. And that's the first one. I'm like, let me get this box again. So the box say if it's a plus at the beginning, you're pregnant. If it's a negative first, you're not pregnant. So I'm reading this wrong. Next line pop up. I don't remember if it was a straight line or a line like that, but the next line definitely meant pregnant. So all I could think about was how, like, when did this happen? And like, I don't have no symptoms. I'm not sick. I'm not that pregnant feeling. Like I don't know how would that feel, but I know I wasn't pregnant. Now, I go back upstairs and I start crying when I call my friend. And now they had 2 pregnancy tests in a box, but I only took one. We talking. And she like, well, just, you know, take it again. Take the other one. I'm like, all right, but I have to gain the courage to pee again. So I'm like, okay, we got to do this again. So now see, this time, I took it and I looked at it the whole time. Boom, it said pregnant. Now at this point, I'm calling my friend Pia now. The craziest thing Pia has ever said in life. I called her. She don't know what's going on, y'all. She don't know that I brought the pregnancy test. She don't know nothing. I called her and I'm like crying. She's like, bitch, let me find out you're pregnant. I just bust off crying even more like, yeah. So we just sitting sitting there, I crying, boo-hoo, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna tell my mama, because that's really why I was crying. Like, I wasn't thinking about life, none of that. I'm thinking about my mother who had me at 15. So it's like, I didn't, did this when my mama thought I wouldn't be a teen mom. Like, I thought I was gonna be the person who would break the cycle in my family, but I wasn't. And that's what I was really thinking about every time I was crying, and every time I thought about it. So the next day I had school, and I just felt depressed because I was scared. I'm walking, like, oh my God, they got something in here. So I'm like, I don't know how to move a certain way. Like, I'm just scared. Like, I don't want nothing to happen. Like, my mama don't know. I haven't went to the doctor yet, to get an ultrasound. So I'm like, what to do? Like, only people who know is Michaela and Pia. Oh, wait, my bad. Let's rewind. After I told Pia, I called the father, and he was at work, and he's smiling, he happy, and I'm like, ain't nothing to really be happy about, because I'm still in high school. But fast forward and so this is how I told my mom. I told her while I was at school, because I'm not dumb. My mom is a black parent. I'm not, I'm not telling her. If me and her face to face, it ain't gonna happen. I don't know how she was gonna react, so I told her I was at school. I was in class, and my favorite teacher, Miss Lenore, who is now my daughter's godmother, she helped me break the news to my mom there, and all I heard was like the disappointment in my mom's voice. Like, she wasn't even, like, she just didn't say anything. Like, she was like, I just don't know what to say. But I had to tell her, because now it's time to see what's going on with this baby, to make sure this baby is healthy. Like, what is going on? What is going on in my body? How far along am I? So let me get to my ultrasound picture that when I first went there to see my daughter. So I don't know if it says okay, it does. It says 5/24/2018. That is when I had went to get this ultrasound. So this is the ultrasound that I got when I first went there until I was pregnant. Y'all wouldn't believe how far along I was. I was 2.5 months. And I'm just trying to figure out, I still had a cycle. I still was partying, and I never had no morning sickness. I never felt like I was pregnant, especially because of my cycle. Like, normally when you miss a cycle, that's why people assume that they're pregnant. Mine was still running, but they said it's normal when you're in your first trimester that can happen. So I mean, everybody in my Instagram wanted to know how different people reacted to me telling them, but the number one person who really reacted the most was my mom, and that hurted me the most, because I felt like I really just messed up. Like, out of everything I done did, I know I messed up. I just don't know how to explain that feeling, but it's a scary feeling telling your mama that. My dad, he took it okay. My grandmother, she's a person who, Tutu, she a person who really don't show emotion to stuff. Like, she'll just brush it off. She keep her feelings locked in. So I never really knew how Tutu felt, but I knew she probably was disappointed as well. Everybody was just like, they couldn't believe it came from me. Like, they just didn't think me, because I wanted to go to McNeese University, or probably a school way further, like in California somewhere. But McNeese was the school I wanted to go to, and it's a couple hours away. But how could you have a baby and your support system is in New Orleans, and you're trying to move somewhere with no support system? while I was pregnant, I still had to go to school too. People overheard that I was pregnant when I had told my mama in that class. And word get around, which I really didn't care, but it never was confirmed until I posted that ultrasound. So that was 5/20, whatever, something. That's when I posted that ultrasound. And that's when people really knew what was going on. And going to school pregnant is really, really tough. Like, that feeling, it is not cute. I'm gonna tell you that. It's not cute, but it's like you gotta go to school. And that's when people want to be a friend. They want to sit there like they know you. Oh, I want to be the godmother. Oh, what's her name? Named after me. Like, now they want to be your friend. But then they go and talk about you. And, like, it didn't really get to me. But by me having these pregnancy hormones, I wanted to really fight everybody. Like, every time they talked about it. But I couldn't. All my teachers, they really helped me. Like, that was the way I passed my senior year. They was like, you not coming back here with no baby. You gonna be going to college. You not repeating. Because it was hard trying to manage going to doctor's appointments, getting ready for a child. Then you a senior, so you gotta finish school. Like, it was so much stuff. And all my teachers from Edna Carr, I thank y'all so much. Because if it was not for y'all, I would have never passed. Because I'm not a school kid. I would have never passed. I had my daughter December 19th. I was actually at school when I went to labor. And it was in first period or second. It was first or second period. And I had already went to the doctor before that, the day before. So I'm in second period, I get a call from my doctor, and she was like, hi, Miss Cutnell, are you still, contracting the way you were yesterday? And I'm like, yes. Now, mention, I never saw her yesterday when I went to labor and delivery because I was having contractions. So now she's just not seeing the paperwork. So she's like, I need you to stop what you're doing because they should have never let you left. You are in active labor and your baby could be coming at any minute. Y'all, my heart dropped. When I tell you, I ain't know what to do. I'm like, I could drive, I could go home. Like, I'm wobbling like a penguin because I told them the day before I could feel this little baby's head. Like, I could feel her right there. It's just, I know I'm not tripping. I'm walking and I could feel something right there. So I get there, the daddy's here, his mom's here, his sister, my mama, everybody here. Now it's just like they checking my cervix, trying to see what's going on. They hooking me up. Like, I'm getting scared because now I know this the real deal now. I'm scared to see, is it gonna hurt? Like, is it gonna hurt? That's really what I'm worried about. And is she okay? So I was in labor from about the time they told me on December 18th to December 19th at about 11 something. So that's a long time in labor. And then when you in labor, you can't eat nothing. They give you ice chips. And when I tell you them ice chips was rolling, it was rolling. Because I was so hungry. But they put the epidural in me. I was numb from, I guess, like right here all the way down. And I started getting drowsy. And me, I'm high at, pain tolerance. So it wasn't hurting. Like, when people tell me, oh, the contractions was hurting, I didn't feel no contractions. Like, I was a big dog at that. Like, that ain't hurt me. But see, not towards the time she was coming, those contractions, the ones that they telling you to push with, them, that's a pain that's unexpected. That's worse than your cycle cramps. That right there hurting. But I get nervous when I see a lot of people. So when it was time to push, like, they got nurses coming in and out, the doctors coming, they hold up like this, pull on the towel, and I'm like, can y'all please calm down? Like, I'm scared now. So did a couple pushes. They was like, come on, let's do a practice push. I'm scared because I'm like, a practice push? What if the baby really come out on a practice push? Push her out, finally. And that moment right there, you don't know how your baby gonna look for 9 months. You don't know how she gonna look. You don't know how to, the skin tone, the hair. Like, you don't know, like, you're clueless. Like, this is a real blind date. When she came out, I never felt so much of joy in my life. She was so cute. Like, she knew who her mommy was. Like, she came out and she literally, like, just clung to me. Like, I'm like, oh, hi. And, she crying and I'm just like, wow, this feeling is so unexplainable. Like, you would have to have a child to know that feeling, because that's your blood, that's your flesh, that is somebody who is a mini you. But without further ado, I can show you Harmony. She's currently at school while I am filming this video. So let me find her. When she first came out, this was her. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I always post that this picture. And also, this is her right here again. When I first had her, I ended up naming her Harmony Amari Benford. She was 7 pounds, 3 ounces, but then she dropped. So 7 pounds, 2 ounces, and 19.5 inches long. And a message to all of the girls that are pregnant or who have a child right now and that are a teen and that's young and that's doing it out here. Don't ever think that you're not a good enough mother because of your age. Never think that. Ever. I am in my apartment. I am in my car. I have the keys, but in my car. I am a sophomore in college. I work 2 jobs and I still have time for myself. It's gonna be hard, but you can do it. Like, you can do it. People gonna try to tell you that you're young and you don't know. That don't mean go out and have a child, though. Like, that don't mean that. But if things do happen, don't let that stop you from being the person that you want to become. Because it breaks my heart to see some girls who are in high school that have a child and drop out. Because it's like, you thinking about yourself and not your child and their well-being, because it's like, how you gonna provide for them? So that's what made me want to go to college. That's what made me want to get my apartment. That's what made me want to strive to be the best person I can be, because my little girl is watching everything that I do. From me brushing my teeth, doing my hair, doing my makeup, she right there mocking me. Makeup and all. Mocking everything that I do. So now I see that I have to set a high example for her. And that's all I ever wanted. Because one day she gonna get out here and be in the real world, and I ain't gonna be able to stop her. She gonna be grown. I just want to make sure that she have everything that I taught her in her head, and that she know that she can do it. But I am done with this video. I hope you guys keep watching for more. You subscribe. This channel will have a little bit of everything. Like, I want to do pranks. I want to do story times again. I want to do vlogs. Like, I want to really do everything on this channel. Like, this channel is not just for all girls. I want it to be for boys, kids, teens, and most importantly, like, life lessons. Because we in a real world at the end of the day. Like, a lot of YouTubers, like my favorite YouTubers, I know it's not perfect, but on camera it looks so perfect, and there's a real world within that camera. So thank you for watching. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, you subscribe, you like, Make sure you do that. Thank you guys.